Almost shifting. We got pizza. Moving boxes, or else checkers beats us. Life is rough here in the depths of space. If shit set comes a knocking, we shoot them in the face. Gun cargo, gun cargo, gun cargo, gun cargo. Hail Cargonia, gun cargo, gun cargo, gun cargo. All right, I got another verse. I hear a boy coming right in my instant, and it just asks me why I blew them all away. But I feel so great now with sovereign Cargonia. Every round we stand our ground. Gun cargo, gun cargo, gun cargo, gun cargo. Hail Cargonia, gun cargo. Gun cargo, gun cargo, gun cargo, gun cargo, gun cargo, gun cargo. Hail Cargonia, gun cargo, gun cargo. Gun cargo, gun cargo, gun cargo, gun cargo.
Get back to work.
Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome to Doctor Who's Playing Rogue Trader. You might be looking at your calendars and saying, hey, Doc, it's Monday. Where's the Legos? Well, turns out plans have changed. Want to start off by saying big thank you to Owlcat Gaming because we've been noticed. Owlcat noticed the WBPL channel and contacted Diggs and said, hey, do you guys want a key for Lex Imperialis so that you can prepare material and have fun with it so you can review it when it comes out? And we said yes, and they gave us a Steam key. Problem is, I have GOG. So looking that gift horse in the mouth, thank you, Owlcat, for noticing us and supporting us, and just crazy that we've been spotted by the game developers. It's a great honor. And it's a great honor and a great privilege. Thank you for the Steam key. Unfortunately, me, the gamer, can't use it, but but the station manager, Diggs, is certainly getting his opinions made about it. All I can say, Owlcat, is this is a great game. I am enjoying my time with it. And me personally, I am probably going to. I have been looking at some of your Pathfinder games. Been looking at Kingmaker for a long time because I played that on tabletop a long while ago. Probably going to acquire that. But I am looking forward to Dark Heresy, and perhaps we'll play it on the channel. So, to try and get ahead of Lex Imperialis, we're going to play some Rogue Trader today and get to it. So last time on Dragon Ball Z, we finalized some stuff. Here in the fight pits with the Drukari. Murderized a couple of people. Found a space marine. Argenta admitted that she is the one that killed Theodora, because Theodora was apparently doing some real heresy shit. We found Cassia and broke her out of being tortured with love and friendship, and being like being really stupid with why are you being so nice to me? Because I love you, but I'm going to hurt you. Well, too bad. Too bad. I'm a rogue trader, and I'm going to love you anyway. And then we found a bunch of our old stuff. And then I decided, you know what? Let's go back in time, fix a couple of things, and then go back here. So I went back in time, told Pascal to tear out his implants, and gave the doctor dude a monster part to fix Abelard's stolen time. So that's where we find ourselves right here. Also, I am just going to...
of the Imperium.
Where is myself?
This wound will make a fine scar.
There we go. Also,
I stand in recognition.
silly thing. I discovered that I completely missed going back to the pit after coming out, and I fought and executed the commissar because he was a filthy, filthy traitor and stole his hat. He's got a good hat. Like, I've got the commissar boots, I've got the commissar cap, I've got the commander cloak, I've got the black signet ring. Like, I'm looking really, really sick. Hell, that's a nice cloak there. Don't at me. I just realized the most important part of being a noble: cod pieces. Just realized he has a cod piece. Also, one of the things that I found was this iron cape grants 10 agility and fellowship. And I was using this plus 10 to all skills, which is really good. But I run off of agility, but I run off of fellowship, and then agility is also going to give me more initiative. So hopefully I can go ahead of Argenta, buff her up, and then then press the Argenta go burr button, and then Argenta goes, and then she presses the Argenta go burr button. No, yeah, because 182 persuasion is not enough. Also 160 commerce. Like, my man talks to people and makes them do things. So, let's go to the pit and see what Argenta and Whatfor need to do. Because they ran off. And I let them. Also, I've got I decided to start painting another mini. And I'm just like, what do I want to do? Then I looked at the Crusader, and I'm just like, man, that's a really anime-ass looking mech. So I decided to make an anime ass looking mech. Blocked out the colors, now I just need to clean it up. Oh, hello. You've insulted the cult of fatal thirst, outsider. You have insulted the fighting pit itself. The witches are longing for you to die. Well, don't put me into a fight pit saying, hey, fight, and then expect me to not win.
Fight the Xenos!
Give me strength.
What the hell is this? Who the hell are you? Okay. Cassia, you're gonna go there. Me. You're going to go here. Abelard. I want you there. Yerlet. Get in the hole. Packy. Get up there. I don't have Argenta. Fuck. Okay. Okay, look, everybody's just gonna get slightly in-fucking because I just need to get rid of people. Well, that worked wonderfully. No, I didn't do a fucky wucky. I just don't have Argenta with me.
Isn't this a job for the serfs? Me? If you insist, Lord Captain. I'll paint your death in colors.
At your beck and call. Indeed.
What was that about killing him fast?
No matter the cost. I've seen worse battles than this in my time. I took care of this one.
Will not submit.
I will do my duty. Reduced to dust.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Hehe.
I move swiftly to strike.
Yeah, we have ambushed and surrounded you.
This tedium is
Yeah,
beneath
too bad
me.
I have a navigator that can open up her third eye and just murderize every single one of you.
If it serves your cause. Ancestors, guide me!
Educate you on the art of pain.
I am not your seeker. Hear you moving, no more. Pay with your blood in the name of Kaela Mensha Kane!
Ah, little mas.
If it serves your cause, I deal death with my hands.
Taste my
The key unlocks a door that then will lead to one that only happenstance will free. Your chance, be to me the bolts will cede. Your part comes next to break the bonds and flee. To you, the merchant vagabond, I bring the gift of providence, but will you look? The Harlequins. Sudden pain grips your skull and your vision clouds over, but as soon as it resurfaces, a dramatic scene appears before you. The streets of the dark city are teeming with hundreds of colors, from grimy gray shades to extravagantly bold hues. At first they blend together in your vision, but soon you are able to distinguish their sources from people, Xenos, animals, you, and of course the Harlequin standing in front of you. The Xenos colors are like that of a broken kaleidoscope. Your eyes water at the mere attempt to pick anything out, and your head is splitting more than ever. Yet despite this, you are subconsciously aware that the dark lilac cloud surrounding the slender figure poses unspeakable danger, and that the bright sparkles of silver indicate that this danger, at least for now, is directed at you. When you avert your gaze and slowly exhale, the vision falls away as if it were never there. Harlequin observes you with interest, his silence speaking volumes. Your colors, what have you done to him, Xenos? Lifts her chin, and the third eye from her head flutters threateningly behind the eyelid. So many things that Three Eyes glimpse at once. Shail's veiled paths and caverns of the soul. But with 1,000 sights, you could not see the wrecks of fate beneath reality. Past creaking waltz will twirl you round its halls of intertwining serendipity. But not just yet. The dance calls for a pair. Your partner is, for now, tied up with me. I do not understand. Oh, nectar sweet, your name is ignorance. Make sure to savor every drop before your glass is drained by insight in a blink. I shall deign to spare you 1 whole minute of my extremely valuable time. Do not waste it. 'Tis wise indeed to count each moment past. To nothingness they stream like grains of sand. They steal your hours and days until at last they turn to dust in reaper's wasted hand. You stride not into battle, but a snare of guile and strife, a neatly woven net. Lust's mistress lift her swords into the air, and baying for your blood her pact is set. So dance a ring around oblivion, await a sight from night's own nullity, catch sight of it, and then make haste, be gone. One yawning mouth, one leap to set you free. Ah, Sicarius is planning to kill me in the next fight, but you are ready to effect my escape. All I must do is survive the arena, wait for your sign, and then run. You cannot possibly mean into a literal mouth, so you must have meant for me to leap into a portal of some kind. Do I have that right? I love how I'm smart enough to understand him. Lays a finger over the mute lips of his mask and vanishes as if to convey your conversation is a great secret known only to the two of you. Yes, he vanishes by running away. He 100%. He 100% just what you called just Zoidberged away.
None shall stand in my way.
Yeah, they really just did not care. So, I now own the pit. It's mine. I released Malice and said, so it's like, hey, you helped me, so I'm gonna let you through. And he said, he said something along the lines of, I'm still gonna try and kill you. And he's just like, hey, I'm giving you a chance to get out of here. You're just like, bye. Time seems to stand still when you enter. Figures cast in shadow, huddled against the walls, turn to you. Everyone except a few standing frozen in the middle of the room with weapons in their hands. Panting, but our weapons steadily trained on the Marazai. May thy will fortify my hand, my faith in thee grant me strength. Malicious laughter echoes off the ceiling. A nimble pest, aren't you? You could have surrendered without a fight. I would have snapped your neck and spared you torment, but you chose to die more painfully. What are you waiting for? It's about time we finished our little dance. Brandishes Blaze, laughing mockingly. I can continue dancing with you for a long, long time, but I am growing weary of your pathetic attempts. What's going on? Not all your lackeys are well trained. As soon as I crossed the threshold of the squalid hole, I was forced to take up arms. This abomination that you have allowed into the ranks of your companions must die. It is his will and my duty. Oh there, I've decided to unwind by chasing this stringy Xenos across the sea. Join me, Oddfatter. I did not save his life so you could take matters into your own hands. Put your weapons away, all of you. I will not oppose you, though my soul may clamor for the destruction of this foul thing, but I'll wait for it to give me cause. I will wait eagerly. Slams his gauntlet-clad fist against his armor, heaving aside. I am not one to end battle while a Xenos still stands, but no matter, scrawny inhuman. We will get a chance to finish this another time. Takes his eyes off the exit and looks at you. This contorted mask of battle rage slides from his face and he sheathes his blades. If your lackeys have seen enough of the show, I have business to discuss with you. Is casually inspecting his armor for damage, seemingly unperturbed by the attempted reprisal against him.
Monkey. Rogue trader. There is something you must do for me. The soul of Erimeris.
What do you need?
The Archon of the Reaving Tempest. It should belong to me. I do not know where, I do not know how, but that bitch tried to dispatch me without sullying her own hands, and she deserves to lose her life. Her soul will remain in my soul trap.
The lazy nod indicates a dark crystal hanging from his belt.
When we at last face each other, and we will face each other, even if I have to gut all of Camorra to do it, And if you're there when it happens, do not even think of trying to deliver the final blow. Only an Aziriesh has the right to take the life of an Aziriesh, and that right is mine.
Why do you hate her so much? It's your own fault you ended up in the chasm.
It is all somewhat more complicated than you're capable of understanding. Our game of old must come to an end. My first step went awry because
This is
of
what I don't
Nazrike's
get about like
treachery.
the plans of
Now,
like
all I must
elves
do is
and
finish
other
what
things.
I
Is like,
started.
this plan is much more
Destroy
complicated
her
than
with
you
my
have,
own
than your
hands before
pitiful,
she destroys
than your
me.
pitiful mind could possibly understand. And I'm just like, you guys are jealous and just hate each other. Like, what's more complicated than that? Y'all are more human than you think.
Simply killing her is not enough for me. No, it is too banal. Keeping her imprisoned for all eternity in a cage of misery from which there is no escape. That is a fate more to my liking. Her fury and torment will feed me until her spirit dries up like a fountain of blood spraying from a sliced artery. And also, it might make her resurrection problematic. Naive creature. The homunculi of Camorra, including Tavantius, whom Erimeris favors, are able to regenerate our slain kin from small pieces of flesh held in amniotic tubes. Any Drakari you kill on the field of battle can come for you again, albeit at a price, since the homunculus claims a portion of their client's soul as payment for this precautionary measure. Perhaps Erimeris was desperate enough or insane enough to resort to such a contract. Who knows? Having Erimeris' soul in my keeping might make her regrown form, if one appears, defective. She might not remember me or you at all.
Are you related?
Erimeris is my sister. What does it matter?
You have a complicated relationship, I see.
Yes. I valued her until she went too far in her attempts to dispose of me. She valued me until I refused to bare my throat for the blade without a word. Our relationship has come to a dead end. Now the tie between us must be severed.
We shall encounter at any point. I shall allow you to take the final blow.
The answer I was expecting. I do not expect to wait long for the confrontation. When my sister learns of what occurred in the arena, she will send assassins, or decide to come herself.
His attention now focused on a bent plate on the shoulder. Grip at the edge of the plate, and with the strength tears off, piece dislodges with a hiss, and begins to straighten the bent plate with hand, revealing a surprising strength contained. What was it covering? It seems a thin light armor is attached directly to his skin, roped with veins. You notice 2 pinprick marks surrounded by purplish bruises. Something pierces flesh, and there's a keeping. Oh my god! Okay, because they're all into pain, they literally just staple their armor to themselves.
What are you looking at?
Some ancient awareness spikes in you, the rapt attention of a deadly threat. Suddenly he turns to you. Head down, his eyes bore into you. He is mocking. It's held on by hooks that dig into your own body.
Correct. Directly into the nerve centers. Direct stimulation of the trigger points, provoking constant, unrelenting pain. Do you know how pleasurable it feels when your suffering rings out in unison with another's? The overwhelming ecstasy mercy when your own agony bleeds into the agony of your enemy. My world is woven from that pleasure.
You're
I
fucked.
can show you that world. I can teach you if you do as you are told.
No.
Very true. All you need to do is focus on your obligations. Let us see how you handle the tasks I've already given you. Remember, Eurymeris is mine whenever and wherever we encounter her.
You're weird. You're a weird, weird man. Thing. What happens before you took me to Komarov?
You want to know how and to what end I orchestrated all of this? Ask your questions.
Why'd you kidnap me?
When Eurymeris ordered us to lay waste to the monkey settlements, Tazara and I encountered resistance. I have hunted your kin too long not to notice how well you in particular were fending off our attacks. The rout in Tazara's arena, the appearance at the plundered vessel. Your kind are usually powerless against us, but not on that occasion.
Thank you, Night
I
Owl.
began to suspect that you could not have managed it without outside help. Help from our side. I began sending out spies and assassins. My eyes and ears infiltrated your vessel, your cities, and they discovered a trail that led back to one of your worlds. A trail that ended with a burned monkey, the source of the information about where and when my cabal was going to strike. A little trickery to draw you away from the planet. And I had your little informant in my grasp. How the information was reaching his agents, the burned monkey himself did not even know. But based on the units involved and other details, it was clear. No monkey in real space could have gathered such specifics about raid complements and objectives. No, it was inconceivable. The information was being fed to you by my own kind, and I knew who. Eurymeris Aziriesh, Archon of the Reaving Tempest, my former mistress. A cowardly bitch who punishes anyone who threatens her grip on power. I knew that to win a war against her, I would need the support of the Reaving Tempest's patron, the Cabal of the Black Heart. So I allied with Nazrake, who presided over the trial. I promised him that Eurymeris would be humiliated. I promised him evidence. A lowly monkey that would disgrace Eurymeris in
Don't
the
get
eyes
tripped
of
and
the
cut on your own
Archons.
edge.
For that performance, I needed you.
You have spies on my
Of
ship?
course. If I'm not mistaken, you met the infiltrator yourself. A Cabalite who left a lava from Tavantius in one of the monkey. Or did you never work out the reason for the treachery during the raid on your ship so long ago now? Then there is no need for me to mention the sleeper agents hidden on your worlds.
We're gonna have a purge.
Overthrowing an Archon is far from easy, even one who has already tarnished her reputation. Every member of a Cabal has their supporters, and Eurymeris is no exception. Nazrake promised me a sham trial in the Obsidian Court with a predetermined outcome. Eurymeris should have been convicted and dethroned. I was supposed to take her place and turn the Reaving Tempest into a loyal vassal of the Black Heart. Nazrake was supposed to be the axe that fell on her neck. But it fell on mine instead. It was devious and worthy of praise, but why? A secret pact with the Rimmeris, or is there another reason? I will tear the answer from his throat along with his final breath.
You know, we have much the same problems in our human courts. You know, we're a lot more alike than not, except without the armor directly fused to our nervous system. Don't talk to the Atmechs about that. They're a little weird.
It must be said that Nazrake did not have to try very hard to turn the court against me. Not after the stunt you pulled before the assembled Archons.
What was that about? I was being tried by the Inquisitor Henrix and Theodora. Why?
Who? I have no idea what you saw in your stupor.
Toasters would get
Homunculus'
ideas.
creature does not elicit specific images. It muddles your mind, forcing it to paint suitable pictures evoking confusion or fear. Neither Devantius nor I care about fussy monkey rituals. The lava must have created a suitable environment for you. One in which you would be more willing to answer my questions in the Obsidian Court.
You need a nuke in 30,000 years. Megalomaniacal Pyromaniac Toasters. This isn't an Obsidian game. What are you doing in my protectorate?
What do any of my kind do in real space? We were reaping. Kamara was clamoring for meat. The Dark City had suffered losses in the latest disjunction. We needed sources of sweet pain to prime its minds and bodies. When the Archon bade my cabal collect the harvest from the region, I did not suspect that it would turn into this game between you and me.
How did that come about?
Conspiring? No. There was no plot between us. She merely
Scissors in
rushed to my
15
bait.
seconds.
At first, I planned to use the one you trusted, the burned monkey with whom we had spent long hours awaiting your arrival. But my cousin was so swift. Afterward, she tracked down the monkey, killed him, and took the device that he had been using to contact me. She told me what she had seen in your chambers. A piece of her home, destroyed, twisted beyond recognition, reduced to a trophy on a wall. Yes, that was the breaking point for her. The final drop in a deep well of doubt, dispelling her naive trust of Monkey once and for all. And then she came seeking answers from her dark cousin. I did not ask her to hand you over to me. No, doing that would have made my poor cousin doubt herself even more than she was already. I simply told her where to seek out the traces of her craft world and the answers to her questions. A favor for a kinswoman, nothing more. And then I made ready for your arrival. For the only way she would reach that place was with you.
Cannot believe Achilles was betrayed.
When a monkey is left alone with me and my art of pain, I plunge them into a deep well of suffering from which they will do anything to escape. Your kind have fragile souls. Your convictions and principles are a delusion that lends a mirage of meaning to your lives. Achilles and I had plenty of time alone together before your arrival. When he went out to meet you, he was already mine. I bought his loyalty with a promise to never touch his body or his mind ever again.
What do you know about Irlet's craft world?
I know it exists. I know that my cabal found it, helpless and stationary, unable to protect its sons and daughters. I know that Iliad's kin began showing up as prisoners in the Reaving Tempest Spire, where they were fonts of exquisite, delightful pain. I spent too much time beyond the limits of our home to learn more than that. But that was enough to tempt Iliad with false hope.
So you had no intention of helping her?
Why do you say that? I promised to reunite her with her kin. A long-awaited reunion in a torture chamber. I find that very touching.
You're a fucked up individual.
They would have had so much to discuss. But there would have been time for fun as well. We cousins get together so rarely, after all. We've already had words. I have no reason to conceal the truth now. Iliad has outlived her usefulness to me.
You're a
Watching her
psychopath.
face as she learned the truth was priceless.
What were those things with you when you captured me?
Mandrakes. A foul breed that lurks in the bowels of Camorra. Their ability to find paths through the shadows was put to good use. I promised them forbidden trophies from the Reaving Tempest's coffers once I am Archon.
Are you afraid of retribution?
Let them come for what they're owed. They will regret it.
Did you steal the sun?
Did you not hear me when I answered you the first time? I do not like to repeat myself.
That's enough.
Then what else do you need?
What happened to you after the trial?
I was handed over to the witch cult to do with as they wished. First, they made me fight the dregs in the arena, and then, once they'd had their fill of my debasement, I was granted entry into the blood-stained proselytes.
You're going to become a proselyte.
The continuation of my existence. When I lost my standing, I became fair game for anyone tempted by the prospect of slaying a disgraced Cabalite, for vengeance or just for the pleasure of the kill. In Camorra, a lone Drukhari is a target. My talents may be prodigious, but I held no illusions about my chances.
Did you not find much favor with the witches, it seems?
You cannot hope to understand the intricacies of Camorra and how it is structured. We are all each other's allies and worst enemies here. Towers of strength and duplicitous traitors
you are a
both.
noble court whose
cults
political
have always
structure
been
is
half
based
a step
around
below the
sadistic,
cabals in the hierarchy.
sadomasochistic
And the witches
tendencies,
relish
and
the chance to abuse someone who wants to look down on them.
whose social structure and hierarchy is based on sadomasochistic tendencies and a proficiency in fighting in gladiator combat.
If our conversation is finished,
What's there to understand?
I had no intention of ending my days playing the role of meat in the arena. And then you blithely offered me an alliance after what I'd done to you. Why?
Why isn't there an option that says, because I wanted to see what this story would do,
That is true. But I'm not merely a hireling. It is strange you did not consider that when you offered me an alliance. But it does not matter.
Hey, German.
The Dark City is the bastion of the Drukhari, the most magnificent of all our strongholds. The Cabals, witch cults, and the Incubi inhabit the place, with swarms of scourges flying overhead and a myriad of misfits and horrors, including the covens of the Homunculi wallowing underfoot. Which do you want to know about?
You're from a Cabal, right?
The Cabals are the foundation upon which rests the power of the one who rules Camorra, as Drubile Vect. Whether it is a mob of berserkers or an organized cartel, their essence is the same. An army of killers, ready to ravage entire worlds at the behest of their leaders, or to rip out the throats of a neighboring cabal in a war declared by the Archons.
Tell me about the witches.
What more do you need to know that you have not already beheld with your own eyes? They are the mistresses of the arenas, and they're the gladiators who feed the audience in their ravenous agony with exquisite spectacles. Cults often travel to real space on the Cabal's raids to revel in the pain and to capture fresh meat for their arenas.
What are the incubi?
The aloof incubi. They dedicate their lives to the art of killing, so much so that they do not plot or chase after delicious torment. All their hatred and longing for suffering are channeled toward perfecting their skill.
We are under a heat index. A heat warning here. And here I am, in the basement, needing a blanket. What are the
Winged
scourges?
Drukhari, who have chosen to go through an agonizing process to become such a monstrosity. They escort raiding ships and inflict the first strike on the enemy. In Camorra, these creatures huddled in flocks so that they do not fall victim to the more formidable of their kin. Artists of the flesh who prefer to hide away
Krieg,
in their laboratories and create nightmares from the materials
doing
their servants supply. Engines of pain,
this is my first
grotesque
playthrough. I'm just
all
kind
are
of
the fruits of
experiencing
their
it.
subtle craft.
But I just reached rank 3 in Iconoclast and rank 2 in Dogmatic. So I'm having a good time with it. It's honestly pretty fun. I'm just having a lot of fun with it. So just experiencing it, seeing what they have to say. Any thoughts on how we escape?
On a mountain of bodies, bathing in our enemies' tears and blood. Do not deceive yourself by thinking we will escape this place alive without violence. I, for one, hope that there will be plenty of it. But there is one unfortunate detail. An Arabenian has stepped into your path, one of Kegarak's tribe, who lurk in the tangle of the webway. I've heard them called harlequins in your tongue. The one that appeared in the Obsidian Court is the most dangerous and unpredictable of all. I'm beginning to think that his visit is a sign that the events unfolding around us have not been left to chance. Perhaps they are the result of interference at the behest of the highest authority.
Made no further attempts.
They have not, to my deepest regret. Perhaps it is I who should try to show some initiative now.
Goodbye.
Do not keep me waiting.
Hey, Abby! What's going on, buddy?
Lord Captain, I serve at your pleasure.
Oh my god, back pops. Oh man. Oh man. You haven't seen your wife?
I have not seen her, Lord Captain. But there are times when I think I hear her laughing in the distance. Or I sense hands touching me, as she used to do, to distract me from my sorrowful ruminations. But I know the difference between reality and fantasy. Now I fear I shall simply have to learn to live with this ghost that appears only to me, with this vision of the past.
How you feeling?
I am fit and well, Lord Captain. All that remains is for us to get out of this infernal place alive, return to our vessel, and And then my answer to your question will be magnificent.
Any thoughts on how we get out of here?
I am sorry to say I do not. If we had our ship and crew at our disposal, we could be safely within its walls, conduct reconnaissance of this place, and in the end, meet our deaths in battle against the Xenos, as befits true servants of the God Emperor. However, we are deprived of our usual resources. Now we can only rely on our weapons and our wits. Perhaps the Emperor's angel might share something of what he has learned during his captivity within these walls. Discover what is on his mind, but try not to anger him. Ulfar's temper is ferocious indeed.
You know anything else about here?
No, Lord Captain. And trust me, I hope to remain in this state of blissful ignorance until my dying day. Just knowing that this abyss exists at all is enough to poison my mind. If you are so interested in this God Emperor forsaken place, then why not ask your new companion? Your decision to bring him into your retinue ought to at least bring some benefit in our current predicament.
It is possible the Xenos Iliad could tell you something about this place. After all, she is in some way related to its denizens. And she is responsible for the fact that we are here at all.
I must leave. As are all elder, but I pray the Emperor that you escape from Xenos' foul clutches. Yurlet?
You came back from the dark, Elentark? Unharmed.
Sharp features and deep shadows around her eyes and listless gaze give her an appearance of a living corpse. Looks withered, haunted, and despondent, but when you approach, a faint glimmer of hope. How are you?
My body has already healed. The wounds of the soul will heal one day too. For suffering is a part of our life, not unlike love and fear and the desire to learn. The paths help the children of Asurion to endure any spiritual upheaval. And you, Elentark, did not allow me to stray from mine. For this, I am grateful.
And yet, neither rest nor our reconciliation can soothe the savage turmoil in my soul. Kruderak is lost, we are trapped, and the truth remains as hidden from me as ever it was. What happened to my kin? What happened to my world? And why did my dark cousin tell me less than he knew?
There's a roiling darkness in her emerald eyes that seems to stretch to the very bottom of your soul. What happened after the trial?
I was meant to share your fate, Elentark, and vanish in the Dark City's rotting underbelly. But the Fleshmaster gave a different order. His twisted mind was beset by a question. Could a child of Asurion be saved from the gaze of she who thirsts with intense re-education? By replacing the influence of my spirit stone with the heady tang of pain that nourishes the followers of the dark ways?
Waystones whose purpose capture the inner soul.
I donned the Executioner's mantle. They allowed me to keep my spirit stone in exchange for the suffering of others. I survived, prayed for Asurion's mercy, and hoped to escape before the stone cracked under the torrent of pain and terror assaulting my soul. Before the experiment was complete.
Why you did it, everything from beginning
I
to end.
tried to learn to trust you, Elentark. Whatever your motives, you did not turn away from me, and you helped me search for my kin. But despair ate at me from within. The human journeys through the realm of she who thirsts left my soul drained, and our attempts to save the children of Kruderak crumbled to nothing in the unending coldness of the dark cosmos. And even when I beheld a piece of crude rock in your chambers, I wanted to believe you had nothing to do with it. I wanted to, but I succumbed to emotion, to fear, to hopelessness, to grief. I was afraid that Silent Thrash would find me before I found the truth. Which is why I tried to find my dark cousin on the day he attacked Argonis. I used the commotion to slip away unnoticed and wandered the streets like a shadow in search of its owner. My efforts were futile. I returned to the palace in confusion. I waited for my fresh wounds to stop aching and for the watchfulness of the surrounding monkey to fade like the mist on an autumn morning. But still, I had my doubts. Perhaps, I thought, I should discuss it openly with you.
Hey, probably.
That monkey Achilles. There was something wrong about him. He kept disappearing at night. So one day, I followed him. Achilles was contacting Marajai.
I'm sorry that this
using
is
an
mostly
artifact that
exposition
transmitted
today,
his
guys,
master's
but
orders.
I'm not really
That is
going
how I
to
learned that the burnt
keep
monkey
talking
was
over
about
these
to
voice
betray you,
actors. These are really
which
good
meant
lines.
my only chance to discover the fate of my homeworld was about to slip through my fingers. I could not wait any longer. I killed Achilles, took the artifact, and demanded answers
Occasionally
from Marajai.
exposition happens.
He hinted at where I could go to look for the...
There we go.
You know what happened next.
And I'll realize, hey, I just wrote this character talking for 80 minutes about one area's PS. I've done an exposition. It happens.
My words will hardly console you, Elentark, but I killed the traitor. I fear the Dark Ones left too many scars on his fragile soul. Your loyal monkey broke, so I gifted him a swift death, free from the shame of betrayal.
I presume to know what he was about to do. We all went through that. You didn't learn anything?
Alas, my cousin fell out of favor with the Archon. But even so, I doubt Marajai would reveal the truth. At least not before his dark soul was suffused with my suffering.
Enough of that. What do you know about this place?
Kamora. This city grinds down the will of the strong and torments any who get tangled in its dark web. The fools are the first to die, and the shrewd perish regardless. I have never been here before, but few children of Osirion manage to escape the Dark City without surrendering a part of their soul. So what is it that you wish to know?
Who rules?
An ancient and powerful Drukhari named Asdrubael Vecht, the supreme overlord of the Cabal of the Black Heart, who reigns over all of the Drukhari with an iron fist. My dark kin consider him to be a living god. Much like your emperor on the Golden Throne, Vecht sits upon a throne of darkness and suffering that keeps Kamora's disparate clans from disintegrating. I would not want to meet him if I were you, Elentark.
From what I know about the God Emperor, that's not quite unlike what happens with the God Emperor, who gets 1,000 psychers sacrificed to him daily from the Black Ships. and is trying desperately to remain alive, or at least we are trying to keep him alive so that our disparate noble houses do not disintegrate. You know, the more I think about it, the more humanity and the Eldari Drukhari are very, very similar. And if only we could get rid of our mutual hatred, we could probably take care of chaos.
There are no other cities, Elantark. The Dark City has no bounds. It is a tangle of countless nightmare domains subject to a single ruler. An endless amalgamation of ever-changing and immutable dimensions.
It's like, from what I know about
You cannot
40K,
grasp
like,
its tenebrous grandeur,
that would be...
For even my life will not be long enough to visit all corners of the Dark City.
That would be like a really
the
cool
realms that
story
border
arc,
it.
just like
But
humanity
it hardly
and
matters
the
where you
humanity
go,
and the Eldar
for
kind of
death lurks on every corner.
just the humanity and the Eldar kind of just agree to hate each other but not kill each other while prolonging their existence and getting rid of actual threats. But it's like both have like this weird superiority complex about each other. So it's just... I don't... It's... What? What? Oh, and then there's the Tau in here somewhere. I know nothing about the Tau.
The Dark City is pierced by millions of spires, and a webway gate may be hidden in any of them.
And then
It
wasn't
is
the
the only way
wasn't
out
the
of this
God
place,
Emperor like trying
and an
to
impossible
construct
obstacle to
like
any
a
who do not know
webway
how to operate
for
it.
humanity
I
during the
know,
Horus
and will
Heresy?
help you should you so desire.
So it's just like, was the God Emperor actually talking with the Eldar during the Horus Heresy? Issue is the fractured nature of the inferior Black Templars would love nothing more than to exterminate all Xenos and mutants. And it's like, I think the average citizen of the average citizen of the Imperium would just be, hey, let's not destroy everything, please. Other questions?
But do I have the answers that you seek?
Gather your strength. There are more trials to come.
Elantark, I promised that I would no longer hide my worries behind an icy wall of pride and doubt. And so I want to explain myself. But are you willing to hear me out?
Talk to me.
Not here. The words of my truth are intended only for your ears, Elantark.
Alrighty. This is the first time I ever have to explain myself like this, but you more than anyone else deserve the truth. Big E tried to build a gateway into the webway in order to strengthen his character, but Magnus, the massive oopsie, broke the psychic construct. Because he was trying to warn, the Emperor about Horus's betrayal, which then let the demons into the throne room, right? I understand how unworthy I am in your eyes. This may sound like ridiculous, but I do not want to betray you. I only wish to learn about Krudarok's demise and find my kin. When I saw you at a shard of my world in your dwelling, a trophy mounted to the wall, I was beside myself with fear and rage. And when my dark cousin whispered in my ear that he knew answers to my questions, I made a mistake. I trusted my kin, and fearing that you might refuse me if you knew where I had been getting my orders from, I simply asked you to direct your ship to the particular system. Hey, Digi! A massive oopsie. Yup. Did I trust him? Of course not. I thought he spoke of my kin's location to crush my soul, but he wanted me to go there and find only death instead of them, but hope for the better prevailed over my faith in you. The open gateway without the psychic barrier was like opening a war pole where demons poured out. It is indeed much too hot. Yes. So I was awkwardly avoiding your gaze. Filled with hope, the thought never even crossed my mind that this single thread forever slipping from our gas would lead us to the very heart of dark. I'm sorry, and I wanted you to know that. Your faith in me. Did I hear that right? The time I spent with you and your conversation, the glow of your soul, that only I can see. Yes, faith with you. I already told you that I know nothing about the shard. That trophy belonged to Theodora, my predecessor. So you are not the one to blame for Kruderek, but your blood is. I will not condemn you and your blood no more. My possessions. Your accusations have already cost us much. I understand why you did that. Give me my word, I will never betray you ever again. And you have shown great compassion by accepting me and forgiving my deed. Do not know if I would have been able to do the same. It pains me to know the hardships you have endured because of me, and you still suffer in this cursed arena, in this cursed city. I also, my soul is crushed. Alantark, the loss of Kruderek, the horrors of Kamora. Our traders are hoarders. She thought she probably just bought it for billions of space dollars just to hang it on her wall. And the Jakari's attempts to re-educate me, I have fully paid the price. I have lost my path and can no longer meditate. My body and soul know peace now. That means Thirst will soon turn her predatory gaze to me. You're unable to meditate? Can that happen? First stories of Eldari unable to reach their inner world because of anguish. Every story has a tragic ending. How are you going to regain your powers? I do not know. You can... Just saying on Kruderek in silence, you can hear a heartbeat, music for soul. Hello, Savani! Savani, thank you. Thank you, thank you. This is WBPL 76, a community Twitch channel with many different streamers. I am Doctor Who's the Chef. I wouldn't say enjoying music of the soul, but I'm certainly having fun. Playing this game, that is, not necessarily Kamora. Now the music of the soul trying to burst out. Please share this wordless song with me and may it bring peace to us both. Give me the beat, boys, and free my soul. I wanna get lost in your rock and roll and drift away. Found it. Chief Librarian Astropath was born to a human mother. Oh! Oh, he's half Eldar. Huh. Frickin' half-elf. Okay. So showing up here is very much, I'm not stuck in here with you, you're stuck in here with me, towards the dark elf. Oh, that is old lore. Hello,
Rogue
Argenta.
trader. Being reunited with the Emperor's Chosen is a balm to my soul.
Managed to learn anything?
I have made no attempt to do so. What need do I have to know of the depravity of the enemies of humanity, when all I want is to burn it all in pure, raging flame? I already know all I need to. This place is evil, but there are servants of the Emperor here worthy of salvation.
We need to find a way out of here.
We do. And I swear to fight for that end, and not to lose hope, even when deceit, corruption, and treachery surround us on all sides. May Terra's light be with.
Hey, Cassia. How you doing, babe? The lancing pain in your head knocks you off your feet, and you barely manage to plant your hands on the floor before your vision is completely obscured by a blanket of colors. Slowly, the world reforms around you, and a nightmarish Kimura erupts in vivid flashes of another's emotions. What's wrong? Leans closer, her figure becoming swathed in bands of vivid hues. Pink, dark maroon, orange, bright blue. Colors sparkle like gemstones, and the sight takes your breath away. Can you hear me? A clear voice echoes inside your head. The veins at your temples are pulsating, burning hot drop of blood fall. As the bleeding, here, use my handkerchiefs. Helps you up and looks at your end. A dark green halo shines. She is worried, he suddenly realized with clarity. I can see emotions. You close your eyes and summon your strength, trying hard to ignore the approaching nausea and the blood that trickles from your eyes instead of tears. Uh-oh. Am I disconnected? Or am I just having trouble connecting to chat? Yee. Okay. Just being weird. You grit your teeth and drive away all thoughts of the colors that have flooded your head, erupting from standing in the gaze of the navigator's eyes. Eventually, the unseen clamp of your mind releases and the pain slowly dissipates. Do you feel any better? Is there anything I can do for you? It's paler than before. You see an expression of worry, natural human emotion without any vibrant facets or accompanying headaches. Your world is magnificent. I am glad I have a chance to see it. I'm glad that Please, if there something like this ever happens to you again, please tell me right away. I will help. I will ease your pain. Even though I don't quite understand how my power spread to you, all I know is that I cannot bear to see you suffer. For now, please get some rest.
What a relief to be talking to you again. Your soul shines like the gold of the sun in the darkness of this place.
I've been through quite a bit of pain on your account.
And yet, you did not abandon me in the darkness, even though you could have. You did not end my life, even though your heart was in the grip of a coal-black vice, and your reason was enmeshed in a crimson web. You gave me the strength to cast off the shackles that Felix Cunning had closed around my soul, to tear down the prison of my own fears. And I wish to repay you in kind.
To cast the fading purple of this place from your shoulders. To break the brown collar that is choking you. That is, of course, if you permit me to.
I on purposed into Cassia, and then I accidentally into and then I accidentally into Cabela. A cool palm touches your forehead lightly, and a maelstrom of colors come flooding in too. Your consciousness, your feelings, emotions change under the onslaught of will that's not yours. Same change of feel, but this time is different. Soft, painless, perhaps even pleasurable. Fatigue drains out of your shoulders fast. Next is the pain of your exhausted muscles subside, and each breath fills your chest with increasing sense of confidence.
This is much better, isn't it?
Trying to steal your copper. How are you holding up?
Can words ever describe the joy of being free?
Smiles wearily as she examines the wounds she inflicted on herself.
As for the rest, don't worry about it. I am the blood of House Orcelio, its heiress, and I will overcome any ordeal to return us to the Expanse.
Do you know where we are?
Somewhere in the middle of the Dark City, I suppose. They say the human mind cannot fathom the bounds of this place, for the Imperium's largest hives
I can only
look like
imagine what a
grains of
navigator
sand in
rogue trader
comparison.
would be.
A webway gate built by the ancient Eldari is the only way in. I think you realize as well as I do what that means for us.
Nope. No, I do not. I wonder what colors you see around you.
There was only pitch darkness inside the homunculus' artifact. But there is scarcely any more light in the streets of the Dark City, in whose blue
Like they can
black
drive,
haze I
they
am
can
almost
literally drive their
blinded
own
by
ship.
pain. Clumps of brown and dark green blend with the settling ash of misery, all woven together in a tapestry of every shade of darkness.
You mentioned not being alone in the darkness of the artifact. Was it a figment of cloud reason, or was there someone really with you?
It was real, Lord Captain. I must confess, I have been hounded by eerie strangers for many years. In my dreams, visions, and warp scryings. They try to reach me. They are tormented. They shout something I cannot make out. And one of those strangers, the most frightening one, is a woman who always stands aside and merely looks on in disapproval. Unlike the others, her image manifested itself more clearly each time. The refined features of her elderly face, the long white hair.
Hello,
the
Teletanker.
empty eye
31
sockets
months.
glowing
Jesus.
scarlet, and a third eye, the eye of a navigator.
Hello, Cookie.
Once, in the middle of a warp voyage, the old woman dashed toward me and started strangling me. Praised be his mercy, for I was able to banish her to the fringes of my consciousness at that moment. However, that only angered the old woman.
We're playing Rogue Trader today to try and get ahead of it so that we can get back to real space, so that on Wednesday, we can play Lex Imperialis, which releases. Again, thank you to Owlcat Gaming for noticing the WBPL channel and giving us a Steam key. However, me, the player of this game, own it on GOG. We deeply appreciate we deeply appreciate you being able to give us to recognizing us and seeing everything, Owlcat. But thank you.
I began to see her ever more often, in shadows, at the edge of my vision, in my own reflection. And it was she, too, who waited for me in the darkness of the homunculus's cage. I know it for certain. Now,
That guardsman
you know the
right
last
up there.
of my secrets, Lord Captain. Do you think I'm going insane?
You don't know the old woman?
I have a conjecture, but it is too wild, even for me.
Yes, just thank you. We're just a bunch of shit posters having fun.
It's me, Lord Captain.
I don't believe you're insane, but I'm lost to what's happening.
Then I will take every effort to rid myself of that bedevilment.
I hope you escape.
Try not to squander that sky blue fabric of hope, Lord Captain. For others' colors too lighten when they are close to you.
Hello, Ulfar.
Let us raise our cups at Fatar, in honor of deeds accomplished and in expectation of those yet to come.
What do you call me, Adfater?
This is the name given on Fenris to a pack father, a commander or captain. An Edfater answers to a Jarl, the commander of a great company. Since you are the one who commands your crew, and I follow you at present, I am granting you the honored title of Edfater.
And I suppose my Jarl is the Big E himself. I could never presume to give orders to one of the Emperor's angels. You should be in command.
It is true that I am capable of commanding you and your people. But as a warrior of the Allfather, it is too easy for me to forget the limits of ordinary people.
How are you planning to get out of here?
I have had a few thoughts on that score. But don't try to pry them out of me. When the time comes, I will share them with you.
Ah, fuck off. Why do you devour your enemies?
Why do you think?
Damn it! Not being fed enough, that, or you simply enjoy it.
If I wanted to sate my hunger, I would sooner swallow rocks than the meat of these lousy degenerates. These pathetic minions of the false gods. These heretical sacks of corruption and cowardice. Do you know of the implant called the Omophagia? It is one of the blessings the All-Father granted to his
Ah, yes, you
Astartes.
can get surface level
Nerve
thoughts
nodes that
from
connect the stomach
eating people.
walls and the spinal cord allow me to absorb information from the genetic code of the flesh I consume. I have slain many Xenos and feasted on their flesh. My captors have watched me do it and taken glee in it, while I have been gathering information and planning my escape.
Tell me about the space walls.
Not everyone is granted the right to ask such questions. But you, I shall allow it. What do you want to know about the Astartes from the glorious Fenris?
Who are the space wolves?
Vilka Fenrica. That is our name in the old tongue of our world. We are the fiercest of the All-Father's warriors. His executioners.
God, he's like gargling concrete.
His retribution. Our fearless Wolf King is Laemon Russ, son of the All-Father. Our world is Fenris, and our home the Fang, which rises from the world's spine into orbit. We are the thunder in the bloody storm of battle that calls to us. That is who we are.
Glory to the wolves of Fenris.
But There is more to our spirit than grim destruction alone. In the Hall of Heroes, we hold feasts the likes of which you will see nowhere else. To thundering laughter, we raise our horns, tell our sagas, and honor our glorious fallen. Though the body of an Astartes is built to be immune to the effects of drink, we invented a way around this taboo. The mead we brew can overcome even our blood. It makes us drunk, and makes our feasts jovial occasions. Mead. You can brew it nowhere else but on good old Fenris. No other world is home to such poisonous plants.
What's Fenris like?
Fenris is home. A harsh land of harsh winters and harsh people. When comes the Hellwinter, a fearsome season of frosts, the merciless world sea freezes, and great white bears, snow wyrms, and ice trolls go on the hunt. Then, the murderous frost retreats, and boats of harpooners sail out to ply their craft, capturing sea snakes and krakens.
It's literally just an entire planet of Vikings. Okay.
And then comes the season of fire. Volcanoes awaken. Waves wash over whole islands, and only the land of Asaheim offers salvation to those whose blood and grit win them the right to live upon it. Clan fights clan. Crows circle over battlefields, and wolfhounds rise up to the sky. That is my beloved home. There is no place in the universe like it. Tell me, Edfater, what is the most fearsome foe on Fenris?
You go through the list of the deadliest creature, but your thoughts settle on a strange name, Wrath Badger. You've read about this animal, a small ferocious creature about which very little is known. Some kind of huge monster that rules over the Lord of the Ice Trolls. Fearsome foe's treachery.
No, you are... What? Why the Wrath Badger?
Little is known about it. That means hunters fear the encounter it, and it's most dangerous.
Very good. I hope to tell you about the black curse of the Wolfen, but your answer wasn't bad either. Wrath Badger.
I still wish to hear about the curse.
The curse of the Wolfen is the most fearsome and most terrible foe on Fenris. In the heart of every brother, there lives a dark beast, bloody and forever ravenous. He hungers to kill, not for glory or duty, or his battle brothers, but solely for the sake of killing. For he who falls to that dark beast, there is no joy or thrill in slaughter. There is but dull rancor.
Bloodlust, I see. Much less wild.
Our gene seed is unique. Lehman Russ blessed us with the Canis Helix, a genetic gift that heightens our senses, making them sharper than those of brothers from other chapters. The Canis Helix kindles a bloodthirst in our hearts and changes our appearance to resemble the lethal wolves of Fenris.
For a Space Marine chapter, you're far from orthodox.
The wolves do not take orders from outsiders. We keep the old ways, not the Codex Astartes. We fight in packs, and we are trained and healed by our wise rune and wolf priests. We do not find honor in adorning ourselves in laurels, but instead, Etch the full names of our fallen kin as a promise of vengeance, and draw strength from that
Viking
promise.
Marines. I love it. I dig it. What do you believe in?
We believe in the great wolves, in the deadly Blackbane and fierce Drakan the Thunderwolf, in the redoubtable Hagar the Mountain Wolf, and in the Bloodied Hunter. In the wolf that stalks between stars, who follows us wherever we may go. And in the uncanny two-headed Morkai, guard of the realm of the dead. Of the great wolves, some show us their favor. Others are more malign. But each teaches us a lesson. For that, we praise and honor them.
Does that mean you not believe in the Emperor?
The All-Father is not a god. He is the best of all humans, our perfect forebear. His blood flowed through the veins of Layman Ross.
That is slightly
and Ross's
heretical.
blood flows in me. Does that make me a god? My respect for him has no end, and I am ready to die for him. But what place does faith have here? Is the All-Father like the massive Iron Wolf, whose every tuft of fur forms a mountain on the surface of Fenris? Or is he as enormous as the Sun Wolf, which rises to hunt every morning and fills our world with light? The All-Father is not a god, but the highest of humanity. Ordinary humans struggle to grasp this. But we, his warriors and offspring, remember the truth.
Is a god of humanity and our guardian. Guardian, yes. God, maybe. No. He didn't want to be a god, right? He wanted to get rid of religion. I see.
It is difficult for non-Fenrisians to grasp our wisdom. It comes along with the cold and death.
What else do your wise priests do?
Lacan the Ruined Wolf once shared the mysteries of the healing potions and the secrets of magic sagas. He taught them to see the past and future in prone runes, to call down storms, and to carve powerful talismans.
Damn it!
Lacan the Ruined Wolf once shared the mysteries of the healing potions and the secrets of magic sagas. He taught them to see the past and future.
What is your name in case?
Ulfar Redmane. That is what my brothers call me.
Fuck. Missed so many. How? How the fuck? That fucking sucks.
Do you? And there I was, about to round off my story with a short 400-verse saga about the gifts of Lacan the Ruined Wolf. Should what I told you reach other ears, I shall take your tongue.
How did you end up here?
What do you want to know? What brought the Space Wolves to the Expanse? Or how I ended up in the non-human's Dark City?
How'd you come to the Expanse?
An inquisitor by the name of Kalkazar put out a call for aid. My Wolf Lord did not refuse him, and had 2 packs deployed to the Expanse. We never trusted this ally, but a blood debt for a service rendered in the past forced our hand.
Damn it! I have so much... Okay, I'm sorry. We're going back in time, and I am giving myself that that tech thing. Okay, where are you? Right there. Hello. Gotta catch them all, yep.
And you came. This is. As for the. I began to see her ever more often. In shadows. At the edge of my vision. In my own
resembles you a little too
reflection.
much, don't you think?
I had the same exact thoughts. But is that not a wild conjecture, even for a navigator? Or am I simply going insane, as unworthy scions of my family have? Try not to squander that.
Right.
Let us This is the name given. Why do you? Partly, Ed Fetter. It is true that I have led the puny Xenos on a false trail to dull their vigilance. Do you? I have not. Will our fear. But though the and to.
Damn it.
One cannot speak of the curse of the Wolfen is the. Our gene seed is unique. The wolves do not. We believe in the great wolves. The elf. Or is he a... It is difficult. Lacan the ruined wolf.
A whisper of something menacing raiding a necklace of power-forming teeth and kefir. Is that a powerful charm?
The All-Father gifted you with strong intuition. This was made by Skjati Twice-Thinker. The spirits liked him, and one could feast a whole long-held winter night to the words of his saga. So keen was his mind. He was my friend.
What is your full name?
Whatfor Redmane.
Damn it!
Do you? Should what I? What do you want to know? An inquisitor by the name of Cal.
Though it wields immense power when it comes to the Astartes, even the Inquisition chooses to make a quest rather than space are not known for being close allies. And how strange then that chapter sent not one but two squads in response to the quest. Two packs, just like that, must have taken the request seriously.
Insightful. We'd had no dealings with this Calcazar before this, and we did not trust him. Two packs meant twice as many eyes to watch out for his games and schemes. And then... The Coronis Expanse is a wild hunting ground teeming with prey. And the Space Wolves will be the first to turn its snow scarlet. The Jarl decided to send the most indomitable hunters who hunger for honor and bloodshed. One pack would have fulfilled its duty for the sake of pride, but two would seek to outdo each other for the sake of glory.
What did you owe the Inquisitor?
He saved our brother who had lost the pack and was unable to look after himself or the chapter's honor. Calcazar returned our brother to Fenris and kept secret the misfortune that had befallen him. The Jarl knew that the Inquisitor's actions were driven by opportunism and the desire to have us mighty warriors in his debt. But honor forced him to be hospitable to the stranger and swear an oath of friendship.
What is space would not trust the Inquisitor?
The Inquisition. Pah! Rats scurrying around the Allfather's house and ruling it in the Master's absence. Cowards they are. The last into battle, but the first on any war council. We saw what they were worth in the months of shame.
The story of the first war for Armageddon, in which space wolves and the forces of Armageddon fought a terrifying invasion of the Archenemy. The Inquisition ordered that the heinous event be covered up and the planet's mortal defenders be thrown into labor camps. Wolves defended their erstwhile comrades and evacuated many people to Fenris. Confrontation and a bloody massacre, and the courts of the Inquisition have not appeared in Fenris systems ever since. I met above a station without proper respect. I do not trust Calcazar. He is suspicious.
We also decided to be cautious. His words flowed like honey, and he seemed an honorable man. But lies always look like truth, don't they? That arrogant chief thought he could give us orders. But we wolves have always followed our own instincts and hunted in our own way. I wager that boiled his blood.
What do you know of his plans and objectives?
In warm furs, the old man does shroud his body. In cloaks of secrets woven, shrouds the sly man his plans. To know his dire purpose, swallow not the words of poison, but his gristle.
How did you end up the captain?
We had gone on a raid for Xenos prisoners and fell into a trap. We had no war machines to support us, and some of our squad were wounded, so we were forced to retreat. I ordered my battle brothers to leave, but I remained behind to meet our guests. I do not know how many of the feeble wretches I slew, but I would have killed even more had their towering piles of bodies not hindered me in combat. They wounded me and captured me. They froze the joints in my armor. When they dragged me to their ship, two of my battle brothers descended upon the Xenos and tried to free me. An insane plan, but it almost succeeded. Almost. And so, there were 3 of us taken captive. And then there were 2. And then I was alone once again.
Who were they?
Their saga is one I will not sing to you. You have spilled no blood with them, nor shared with them meat unmilled. Their spirits might be outraged if they knew I had sung of their deeds to a stranger.
I'm sorry.
Yes, so am I.
Tell me of your time?
These are dark days you are asking about, Edfater. Let my keen-edged friend be a witness to the ferocity of my words. I was given to Tarvantius for his amusement. In the arenas of Camorra, Astartes are a rarity. And he sent me out there to kill gladiators. Living as an inglorious butcher and a Xenos' puppet, I hated it. Constantly. Every moment. I had to take care of my mind before it was twisted to the seven hells.
Continue.
Every morning I made entreaties to the All-Father, and every night I appealed to Ross. I trained my body, read the litanies, and in the darkest moments I recited my own saga. I recalled every battle, every wound, every brother. And that is how I survived. I always survive.
I see.
This was a bleak saga. Instinct bids me to remain silent. Such knowledge is not to be shared with just anyone. Only those who possess my complete trust.
Alrighty, take my leave.
Fenris Hilda, et Fader.
And Pascal.
May these instructions protect the machine spirits that serve me from the blasphemies of corrupted technology.
You've been betrayed.
Reverse analysis is showing the act of sabotage to have been predictable. The directives interacting with xenoraces warn about non-humans' proclivity for breaching contracts. The data concerning the unreliability of the unit, Iliad, has been archived.
Feeling after all the punishments.
Functional parameters restored to suboptimal levels. In token of mourning for the loss of true flesh, the pain receptor blocking systems have been disabled. Algetic simulation engaged in integral catharsis mode.
Ah, he's hurting himself. Do you regret turning down the opportunity to comprehend?
This statement is false. The adjacency of xeno-augmetics to the sacred metal of the machine god and their interaction with it resulted in algorithmic paradoxes and the blasphemous consequences thereof. The Omnissiah purifies and protects.
Absolutely. Any thoughts on how we can get out of here?
Strategic recommendation. Analysis has shown that the non-human community is racked by strife. Exploiting the Xenos mutual differences can result in temporary alliances that will provide the technological means of returning the unit from Valancius to real space.
How does it feel to be in Camorra? It's a rare opportunity.
This place is calling out to the Omnissiah for an act of purifying and gracious xenocide.
He does not like being here.
Its anathematic nature. That being said, complete extermination is not advised. Those in possession of technological knowledge should be rounded up and subjected to interrogation and vivisection prior to disposal.
Don't lose your morale, we're going to make it.
May the filters of knowledge bestowed upon us by the machine god protect us from the temptations and horrors of blasphemous revelations.
Take my leave.
May your labors be effective and fruitful.
All right. To the chasm. Alrighty, so let's see here. We are going to take we're also gonna take Argenta and who else? I can take one more. Ulfar, Cassia. Pascal. Pascal's very, very good. Yep. Taking Pascal. Then I gotta level up Mr. Weirdo. And give him some armor and shit. Alright, where are we? Perception, Lord Xenos, Death Whisper. Oh, he's also an assassin. Ah, okay. Then I might just leave Yearlit back and grab Cassia. Alright, then inventory. Alright. Alrighty, amulets. No. Yes. Yes. Yes, I do have the good AC. Each melee attack increases their armor. That's good enough. Okay. Huh. Very good. So two-handed. And no, we're giving you a better gun. It's about damn near the best gun I can give you. There we are. To the pit. Yes. I've got the good AC because I'm in the basement and the AC unit is literally right there. And let us... Now, 2 hours. Cassia? Do I want Cassia or do I want Ulfar? I want Cassia. Alright. Hopefully, we get out of Camorra with this. Journal. Rogue Trader has promised Marhazi to kill him. Alrighty. The incident. The chasm. Go to the arena. Find a way to escape.
It's about time.
Alright. Portal to the arena. Hello. Master Tivanta set me. Unfamiliar monster, even more terrifying than previous ones, bars your way. The Master wishes for you to send Curios on a swift journey to cheat your thirst and expect for a fight. This is your execution. However, K-Cross is incapable of adequately assessing that which she fails to comprehend. There you stand a chance, albeit a negligible one. You know, your guys' problem with me is you have constantly underestimated me. And that's why you're in this situation. What makes you think that this is going to be any less of a situation like that? Should you survive, you will not return here. The witches will seek revenge. As what Master already has left the chasm and found new patrons. He suggests you do the same, so says the Master. You go to your Master now. I'll kill someone, get their pieces, make myself stronger. Cannot resist the pleasure of killing you. Sent me to tell you that he equipped his servant, that no harm might come to you. Grimos, bags of nickels. Thirsters, you should. Legend as ancient occurrence. Behold the tale of Cyril of the Exile, Succubus dethroned. Cyril is a mighty warrior of the cult, renowned and deadly. Her dance of battle was an entrancing perform of terror, but then a time came when an audacious apprentice supplanted, turned her servants against her, and drove her out of the dark city. Whew. She wandered the webways, savage wilds, and slew scores of her terrible horrors as she fought for her life. In the legend, she slew them all and pressed onward, but our story will be shorter. Kill.
Do you dare to look me in the eye?
Okay. Elf bullshit.
Do not dare ask. Me, if you insist, Lord Captain. Isn't this a job for the serfs? I'm not accustomed to being ordered around. I am a navigator, not a servitor. I have read tomes of military tactics. If I may.
Alrighty.
All too easy.
We're about to have some fun here. Pressing the Argenta Go Burr button. It's been a while since we've pressed the Argenta Go Burr button.
Already done. Suits my purposes.
I'm amended.
All too easy.
In thy light I stand, and thy light I crave. As the Emperor commands, I act. wrath of the Emperor will be undone. Doubt is for the weak. This is why I As the Emperor commands, this is why I was chosen.
Suits my purposes.
Yeah, if not for the bullshit
Victory
that
is
like
imminent.
that
I'm not interested.
would, if not for
At your beck
their
and call. Gray hair.
armor
Sure
bullshit, that would have like single-handedly stopped them.
Faith without deeds is worthless. I'll do it. Rejoice in battle! Each strike is a prayer. Guided by faith. As the Emperor commands. Doubt is for the weak. None can escape the Emperor's judgment.
Even the monsters of the obscure sectors of the webway feared her and fled out of sight. Exile continued in solitude until the great faceless swordsman barred her way. He wished to test her. Is this Malice?
Messiah, give me the power to eradicate thy enemies.
Isn't this a job for the serfs? I'm not accustomed to being ordered around. I am a navigator, not a servitor. Me, if you insist, Lord Captain. I'm afraid not.
I'm not quite so good at that. Oh, okay.
Isn't this a job for the serfs? If I may.
Ow. stop that. That's not very nice. Argenta.
I'll do it.
Go Bert.
Faith without deeds is worthless. This is unacceptable. As the Emperor commands, I act. For you, my Emperor! This is why I was chosen!
Argenta went Bert.
I'll do it. As the Emperor commands, for you, my Emperor!
High momentum.
Already done. Suits my purposes.
I love how my I love that my player character's entire character build is make
Nothing
you
I
do
can't
better
do.
things.
I'll do it. That is not the Emperor's will. Doubt is for the weak. Each strike is a prayer.
Bested by Cyril's hand, swordsman knelt and recognized her skill. He was no mere mortal, but the god's creation with respect for all things flawless. I offered a gift way to a place where she could claim her vengeance. A forgotten fragment of the webway, she found a lair of an ancient beast of immeasurable flesh. Delivered blow upon blow, and yet her strikes could not diminish the creature's body nor mute its roar. Hello. Roar, roar, rip, rip.
Closed ranks.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain. Isn't this a job for the serfs? I'm not accustomed to being ordered around. If I may.
Have a nightmare.
I
your
am a
warp
navigator,
curse.
not a servitor. Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
The way I Whoa! You, sir, have some explaining to do.
scriptural prognosis is favorable. My vow is to serve. The Omnissiah knows all, comprehends all. Request approved. The order is contrary to dogmatic protocols.
It will be done. Indeed. At your beck and call. It will be done.
Alrighty.
With grace and malice.
Start bleeding. Reckless strike, aim for the opening.
I will herd the prey. Behold! Kneel before me, praising! It would be beneath me to even attempt it. Don't distract me.
You could do worse, not by much.
It is Hannah.
High momentum.
Suits my purposes. Already done. I'll pass. Nothing I can't do. Suits my purposes. I don't have time for this. Not my specialty. Forge ahead! You don't stand a chance!
Haha! I killed it. Bonsoir. The beast of immeasurable flesh fell, of the infinitude of its being was no match for the needle of the focus will. She ran the beast through, pierced its heart, ripped it free. Heart was the black crystal of Seika, the beast, the bestower of power.
The Emperor is with us!
Oh my lord. What's this? An actual fight? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Aha! Alrighty. No, you're going there. I'm gonna go here. Abby, you go there. Maharazi, go there. Argenta, you're going here so you can start doing Burt things, and you're gonna go there. Alrighty, so first we're gonna warp curse.
Isn't this
this
a job for
fucker.
the serfs?
Then we're gonna waking nightmare it.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
Then we are going to...
Isn't
pop
this a
that
job
down
for
there.
the serfs? I am a navigator, not a servitor. If I may. That is foolishness.
Light them on fire. They are now on fire.
A pathetic attempt! And why would I do that? Oblivion approaches.
Ah.
I yearn for agony. A euphoria of anguish! Kneel before me, prey thing! With grace and malice. Watch. Not enough! With grace and malice. It is handled. With grace and malice.
Huh.
An exemplary strike.
Love how we almost killed that in one turn. Argenta,
I'll do
go
it.
Bert.
Faith without deeds is worthless. I'll do it. As the Emperor commands, I act. I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury. You, my Emperor! I'll do it. Power resides in the will of the righteous. Faith without deeds is...
Wow, you are like really, really unhappy.
Follow my lead.
Oh, that was there.
Grey hair, sure hand. An exemplary strike.
I'll show you the real pain.
Alright. Normally it's Argenta go Bert. But we promised...
Never wavered in the face of adversity.
Fuck his face. That he could kill...
all too
the
easy.
lady. So we're gonna buff him up. Because Argenta did go Bert and killed a lot of people.
Suits my purposes. Nothing I can't do.
Don't distract me. Behold. It is handled.
Your skill is lacking. You will pay for this in blood.
Suits my purposes. My tactics are flawless. I am fear incarnate.
Behold.
All right.
I am the raving tempest in
Jesus Christ! Ha 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 ha! Whoa! Holy shit! Oh, holy shit!
Watch. Behold, I'm done playing with you. It is handled. I'll revel in your terror. With grace and perfect killing strike.
Lose.
Watch.
I shall not fear.
For fear is the mind killer. Fear is the little death.
Explorators know one route. Forward. Running binary override. Request approved. My vow is to serve.
Your last stroke of luck.
Running binary override. Probability analysis successful.
It's in blood.
I'll show you why navigators are feared.
I'll do it. As the Emperor commands, I act. God Emperor, move through
gaming!
me. Be the fire in my heart.
Raid! How we doing, guys? I'm doing good. Doing good. We're almost, I think, done with Komarov. Level up! Watch sure you make haste. Ooh, what's this? Xeno emitter. Alright, we are going to take a quick intermission and level everyone up. Also really quick. Killing blow. Anyway, level up. Move. Immediately grants an ally additional MP. Can only use movement abilities, heroic acts, or desperate measures. Ah! And commerce. Abelard. Reckless. Athletics. Argenta. Entrench. Immediately spends all AP and MP and gains. Oh, there's a thing that I found that if I have +8 AP, I can I get like +30 damage. Perfect shot, tech use. Immolate the soul. Aha! Move people into Argenta Gobert. Yes. Let me see, where is it? If the wearer has 8 or more AP at the start of their turn, they gain plus 30 damage for the rest of the combat. Plus 30%. I misspoke, but it was 30. It just wasn't flat 30, it was 30%.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
Yes, but I was going to give it to Argenta, so that's... Yeah, no, it could work. Let me see. Argenta, what do you have on that conflicts with the stone? Bayonet knife. Wielder attacks any ranged weapon. When the wielder attacks with any ranged weapon at 1 cell range... Is that really good? Let's try it out. Commander's Gloves. At the end of the turn, wearer gains stack of tackle equal to the number of enemies they hit. I don't fight people. I tell other people to fight people. Since the wearer of the enemy must pass an agility. Ooh. Hello, Yerlet.
I won't tolerate weakness.
Ulfar. There was that stinking gesture of a Xenos. He said there would be a fight waiting for me here. Victim. Try the strange drink.
Who thought that was a good idea?
And I'm looking at this and I'm just like, yeah, like the the Gundamness of the Crusader is really funny.
Experience. Nothing matters more.
Awesome. A molten flower. Once your vision blurs, your flakes feel unsteady. Ah! Son of a bitch. Envoy of the Fuzz, elegant red-haired Xenos takes a sip of her wine like liquid and gives you an appraising and somewhat surprised like then Smiles and says to Xenos, "What is this? New playthings, no doubt. And here I thought the Reaving Tempest was intending to offer up your paltry cabal for our entertainment. Poisonous Whisper should learn to live up to their name, lest the cabal of the Wounded Skies lives up to theirs and makes you bleed on the Dark City, you sharp-tongued pest. This is one of the satellite towers of the main spire of the Reaving Tempest. What luck! Ymyrus' throat is now that much closer to my claws, but first I have to deal with my sister's pathetic guests. And the jester bring me here to listen to these dung-ridden beasts practice their meager wits. These blathering Xenos are making me angry. I'll kill them. Study. Symbols on their armor are different, indicating that they belong to two different cabals. If they're venomous glares, the thin smiles, or anything, they're ready to go for each other's throat. So which one of you is worthy of getting the first taste of my pain, and which one will have to settle for scraps? You belong to the Wounded Skies. I will help you remember the name by burning it into your eyeballs. Wounded Skies are always so hasty and eager to rush ahead. They fail to notice daggers being shoved into their backs by more worthy aspirants who are offered by their witlessness. I see you have not wasted your time in the Dark City, and you have properly studied our way of thinking. Yes. Throws back his head and lets out a terrifying howl filled with longing and cold promise of swift yet painless demise. The sound of it leaves no doubt in one's heart that bloodshed is now inevitable. You hear light footsteps as Xenos coming from the terrace, and their voices brimming with anticipation. Stop the reinforcements, bar the entrance.
I'll wipe you from the face of the galaxy.
Are you challenging me, Bill?
Oh my gourd. You are not locked in here with me. Or I am not locked in here with you. You are locked in here with me. Y'all are about to have a wonderful time. And by wonderful, I mean y'all are gonna die. But that's not a me problem, that's a you problem. Worst part is they'll die wondering what y'all actually means.
Emperor, give me strength. I'm not accustomed to being ordered around. Do not dare ask. Me? If you insist, Lord Captain. Isn't this a job for the serfs? I am a navigator, not a servitor.
I'll tear your heart out for this. The fame-hungry come. Die in disgrace! I will carve runes piss out of your bones. I challenge you, Gadget.
Christ!
That was insulting.
Alrighty. Argenta.
Nothing I can't do. Already done.
High momentum.
Alrighty. We are going to do
In
steady
thy light I
superiority.
stand, and thy light I crave. As the Emperor commands, none can escape the Emperor's judgment.
You know what? Let's do this.
Doubt is for the weak.
Then have a turn.
Time is now.
And run and gun.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
Hold on. Have I misread this? There's 8 or more AP at the start. Okay, that's not gonna work then.
The enemies of the Emperor will be undone. As the Emperor commands. Each strike is a prayer. I'll do it. Doubt is for the weak.
Spends all that and gains. Next time users run a gun. Okay, I don't quite understand.
As the Emperor commands, this is why I was chosen.
Let me educate you on the art of pain.
I'll do it. As the Emperor commands, but you none can escape the Emperor's judgment. I will not. I refuse. Guided by faith.
Yeah, this is just the Argenta Go Burt game.
I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury. Doubt is for the weak. Eradicated. Faith without deeds is worthless. As the Emperor commands, I act. I'll do it. Doubt is for the weak.
Everyone's standing around just like, Argenta, can I have a turn?
I'll do it. Faith without deeds is none can escape the Emperor's judgment. I am his will made manifest. I'll do it. This is unacceptable. Each strike is a prayer. None can escape the Emperor's judgment. Eradicated.
You stare into the eyes of an animal that enjoys killing. No, it doesn't enjoy it. It just kills, finding no joy in doing so. So it kills because that is a nature. The Emperor protects warrior. With the veneer of bloodthirsty indifference, something resembling a living emotion surfaces to his face. You hear the words breaking through for the All-Father. Lies flat against his face once more, and the imprint of death vanishes away to a grimace of weariness and shame. What just happened to you? Malice of Wolfrin beset my heart and nearly consumed it forevermore. What kind of grief must it be to have nearly cost you your sanity? It is the breath of the morning of frost that chills my bones. It is the lightness malice born of despair, curse that preys upon them who have seen too many things and hate with too much heart. Too long have I been there. Too long have I served as a tool of these unrighteous wretches. Shameful fate for the All-Father's warrior. And shame is what scorches my soul when I saw that I would once again become the plaything of yet another Xenos. It set me upon his foes. I thought that I would go on forever. My mind could not accept the indignity of it, so my mind hid like a coward would. Only thirst remained. Blind destruction, no thoughts, no regrets, no purpose. To be a beast, not human, sweet temptation of a lone wolf. You have a people to fight for, people who need you as you are. A warrior, not a beast. I do enjoy the Argenta Goes Bert game and the Cassie Goes Meum game. It's hard not to just default to build those on replays. No, Father Roos, my brothers, I belong to them. I am their blade, and this blade will never break. Suggest we go see why Nocturne has dragged us to this place. Let me have a word with him. Oh, there you are, you little fuck. Your dance is now tableau, and I lament the darkness in the eyes that saw the path. I peer into those tunnels, black and bleak. A gleam I seek, the one that points the way to your imprisoned kin in Tempest Cage. At the top of the spire, they are all there. Help them, and help me. Take me away from here when it's all over soon. Farseer's where his face stiffens and opens his mouth, and he lost the power of speech. Sustain you not, I will, a refusal. Your soul's refrain, I will. Your soul's a friend, will I keep safe as well. But leave me reality, Farseer, and the dreams I'll give to your worthy hands. Your color Xenos are fractured and wrong, as if refracted through a distorted prism. What should be familiar is dispersed from dazzling shades won't stop twisting madly. So many paths can three eyes glimpse at once, Shirley's veiled past and caverns of the soul. But a thousand sights you could not see. The wrecked wrecks of fate beneath reality. Night Owl, I've got like what, 30 minutes? Past creaking waltz will twirl you round the halls of intertwining serendipity, but not just yet. The dance calls for a pair. Your partner is, for now, tied up with me. I do not understand. Oh, Nectar Sweet, your name is Ignorance. Make sure to save them. Your glasses. My visit here was part of your plan. I've reserved everything gone as you wanted it. You apply my disappearing act. The Reaper's fatal steps I do conceal from eyes not that dreams of blood so wildly crave, for unbeknownst to them, death merely moved into another hall in harmony, with intimate steps and night's own melody. The grand finale in this gory piece, where perfidy and cunning reign supreme, now show unfold by merchant vagabond. Even flesh speak is more efficient than the patterns of speech of this Xenos hypothesis. The elucidator machine spirit has been affected by the pernicious influence of this place in producing distorted output. Seek permission to consult a technical survey. What was he doing here? I presume he was a valuable prisoner. Executioner lost interest. Blithely tossed the toy despised aside, proclaiming a gift to empty bellies. Let the rabble tear it to scraps. Tooth and claw they fought to claim a share, with everyone extolling his largesse. What do you want from me? Why have you involved me in my plans? Cormoran's ancient law was boldly spurned, and too despoiled where Kurtaros remains. Tempest Mistress, piercing avarice, forbidden plunder brought to your darkness. And the city shrinks, and the sun souls in darkness gleam with coruscating flame. The interdict is scorned, the path ignored. Cormorant waits, Cormorant tastes its doom. To make a drama farce beyond belief, a pair uncredited assume the stage. A cutthroat monkey, a captive of a thief, a dancer makeshift poet, gleeful knave. And the coda's note falls silent evermore, unless the duty will perform, and then first will move his exodus in act. Farseers, you mentors brought Assyrian Farseers to the Dark City, you stupid, desperate shrew. If this news reaches thee, oh, but of course it has reached him already. You, Aberninian, you came here to Cormorant to inform Vecta my sister's crimes and rescue her prisoners. I am revealed and the intrigue's curtain torn. The puppet master deigned to briefly let me be the crosspiece of his artistry. Yes, I kind of do. That tweaks and tugs the strings for dance and death. To Tempest Mistress vanish, I do say. I fashioned from your shackles a garrote, your burning wrath, my thief direct her way. And forth you'll see the fruits of vengeance brought. The accusations of consorting with Monkey are such a trifle compared to attempt to bring about a disjunction. If only I had known it. Had Ymyrus not managed to keep it secret from me. I wonder how many times Nezraki cursed himself for not overthrowing Ymyrus at the Obsidian Court when he had a chance, and unknowingly spared one of the one his ruler had condemned. Hardly an excuse that will help him next meeting with the Vec. It's about inferior. Webway in Cormorant resides in is fragile. The ripple of the veil can breach its boundaries and cause a disjunction, an incursion of salon trash into the streets. Each such occasion is an ordeal that weakens the Dark City, and so those capable of piercing the veil are banned from the spires. Of course, these madmen who try to exploit any disjunction, the ensuring chaos to take down competitors, move up the food chain, appears to have decided to not wait for Neptune to make it happen herself. Very well, just one more reason to finish her off. I've had enough reason without this revelation. Gamorag, I am half a step away from starting to see my expulsion from the Cabal as a blessing and not a punishment. Why are you so interested? Starved one's fate to shelter from the storm and listen to me. Is not homeless, the endurance to sing in a hurricane long. Right all below. More resound and endless song. Fuck. Why did you bring Ulfar here? Surety, this feral brute has served. To my plan, there would be blood released without remorse's fate. I've whipped and spurned and cruel, and on an old unruly beast. Use me as a war beast, did you? Set me on your enemies? This is all connected to my escape. Strive up to where the thieving storm has built its squalid nest among the darkened skies. Tempest, plunder hoards are buried there. The capture's richest trophies all within. Amidst this cache, a great gate to real space find. Pass through to freedom, tempting and so craved. Companions have I brought and steps revealed. My line runs out. I have no more to give. The stage is yours, my merchant vagabond. Go fetch a vessel swift and get you gone. Ah, shit. Finally leave this place, flooded with scarlet hues of agony. Alrighty. Let's collect all these goodies. Damn, that's a lot of goodies. Oh boy, the Casbillicans are going to really love these Xeno trophies. I am going to have so many Xeno trophies. Go down.
An expected result.
Blow it up.
The Emperor favors me today. Pay attention.
Yay! Stack of vengeance. Peripheral monocle control.
None shall stand in my way.
Ah, so this is how far you are? Okay. Two pilots are already disarmed and shackled. Hello! Dakilorau. However I say that. Daki, I'm gonna call you Daki. Welcome to the WBPL, a community access Twitch channel, run by us, the members of the BPL. I am but one of our myriad of hosts. I am Dr. Who's the Chef. Normally, I cook, but I cannot at the moment. I've been playing Rogue Trader for a while and having a good time of it. We got people who play games, we got people who make music, we got people who paint, and we have people who even have people who play around and write fantasy settings. The design is utterly foreign to you. A vague idea so far as an idea. I consider I do not need the pilots. You get top. Invent as easy as they are. Ways to ensure their Venus and the body to exercise certain parts of the temporal lobes, cauterize the prefrontal cortex, extend a direct electrode bridge to their semisensory cortex. Surgery of this kind, if performed without, it will be excruciating but useful and informative. Everyone inside is dead. If you take me to where I need to go, you will make it back in time to loot the bodies. Careful what you wish for. Very well. Accept your payment. Just give me a moment to despise my competitor here. What are you? There's no room for everyone. Ha ha. Welcome aboard. You're lit.
Victory awaits!
Loot that body. Loot that body. Ulfar, hello. Oh! I'm on the top now. We up here. Mansion inspires two large seats entirely true proportions are shadowed in shadows and shadows trying to envelop you and swallow you. I smell blood in the air, blood that is about to be spilled. I hear the echo of clashing steel and sword fuse riding on our heel. All Father, what a marvelous feast you have prepared for me. Colors here are especially dark and dangerous. They're in drowning bottomless ocean and billowing haze, but what is it? I feel a trained tremor coming inside Spire like the call of the Materium, except much quieter. Spire the reaving tempest, seat of my cabal. Built a place to find respite from the scheming of our enemies and a deadly trap for those too weak and soft for our ranks. Tilts his head and glances you. Spire of the heartless spire contains a secret, an ancient webway gate that has remained sealed for many, many eons. Ymyrus, you have to, in case Vex Noose happens to tighten around Cabal's neck. No one save her and certain other Cabalite know it. Where it exactly is in real space, the gate leads perfectly safe for it, and I can open it for you. How do you know how to unseal it? I find such deep trust between two Jakari too good to be true. Trust? How unreal. No, I simply abducted and tortured Cabalite who was privy to its secret. There is even a chance that Ymyrus believed the story that the fed the weakling running off. So, let's get out of this hole. I cannot wait to leave Karma. I cannot wait to pay my sister a visit. Rest assured, she is somewhere nearby. I have a desire. Before we leave the Spire, there's something I want to pick up. Something memorable. I left it in the Cabal's abode. I do not want it to fall into the hands of another when carrying eaters and looters flood the Spire when we are gone. Something he lets last word. Fine, just point out where this property is of yours. Fine, let's, we need to find my raider. It's likely the end of the docks that says, on Lontark. My kin from Krudark are still in there. I can sense it. As I sense the flames of their souls inexorably going out. Please, while there is still time, we must save them. Let me accompany you into that nest of depravity, that domain of anger, betrayal of my kind. Fury and fear are devouring me from the inside out, and I do not know what frightens me more. The grim answers that hide behind the Spire's walls, or the scars on my heart will bear once I discover them. Yet I must learn about my world. Perhaps one day the outcast finds her path again. We'll save him. Find myself wondering if a single farseer gazing at the hazy visions of things that ever glimpsed the future were the key to their salvation stemmed from the do of a monkey and an outcast. Come again. Let us tear the farseer's lives from the clutches of my insatiable cousins. So boom and boom. Pascal. Yeah, I need Pascal. As for the webway gate, the Eberinian mentioned for it to open, you need to, before you unlit, require help from one of our kind. I could try to open the gate, but to do that, I need certain exhaust, striking riders and advice. The master's place must keep it close at hand. You use my own. Without it, I must powers to make the webway. Was the plan to find your kin? Farseers are not easy to keep. Whatever the Dark Ones are using to repress my kin's powers, tools will be noticeable. I will find a way to help them. What shall we expect? Alrighty. We're going in. Also, you're lit. Level up. Tactical knowledge. And Lord Xenos. Gas towers. Take it.
A new challenge
Nothing
for me?
escapes my sight.
Lightly leaps from the edge of the platform onto the raider and begins inspecting. You hear clicking and hissing, opens and closes various hidden caches. Xenos cursing, come here, take a look at this view. The chasm yawns endlessly below. Cyclopean spires of coma are piercing upward, starting to gloom. The day sails of the vast structures are hidden by the hazy glooming. Many lights of the spire's terraces, which resemble march gas, which bring the color to this bleak and awe-inspiring vista. Towering height takes your breath away, and you almost swoon. A gentle shove at your back makes you lose your balance. The moment stretched to eternity, your firm footing is swept out from under you. Your heart stops beating entirely. The chasm seems to rush up to you. They swallow you whole, and then clogged fingers close around your wrist, halting your fall, but holding you suspended over the abyss. Laughter rings out a dark delight when you finally tugs you back onto the raider. Terror, unbridled, exquisite terror. Far more to bite to it than the stale, predictable pain of torture victims that burns in your chest, hangs in your mouth. Can you feel the blood roaring in your veins? Your heart battering out of march of triumph. Life comes more vivid when death can come in it. I will continue to remind you of that. Tempest Cabalite have already picked the raider clean. That means what I seek must be hidden somewhere in the spire. I think it's in the torture chamber. Once inside, we must proceed to the first chambers directly ahead. Turn left and left again. Why is it red?
Tolerate weakness.
Ahead, left, left again. Christ almighty.
My success was inevitable. My reckoning will be swift.
I can cut your eyelids for you to see better.
That wasn't nice.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
I have learned much in my exile. Keep a sharp eye.
Okay. We're fixing this. You're letting
You interrupted my thoughts. Too hard for a simple monkey.
Ah!
You will perish for this affront.
What advice do you seek? Let me help.
You have offered me another chance.
This wound will make a fine scar.
I must thank you.
Let's patch you up.
You have offered me another chance.
Stupid.
What is it? I need no farseer to guide my future. You will pay an even greater price. An unworthy soul. Kemorak. You will pay an even greater price. My success was inevitable.
The fuck is going on?
I am at your service. This wound will make a fine scar.
I must thank you.
Let's patch you up.
You have offered me another chance.
It's about time.
I see the marks of grievous wounds on your body, Magos. Wounds that are beyond healing.
Those in communion with the true flesh do not fear the mutilations that would cut short the existence of lowlier servants. The beneficence of the Messiah has granted me the blessing of outliving corporeal frailty and rising to new service.
Speak, Elantak. Choose your own path.
Look
Bless.
no further. This wound will make a fine scar.
Your technology is limited, but I am
The Emperor
grateful.
sets my path.
You have offered me another chance.
A new challenge for me.
I caught sight of something.
A trivial task.
Do I need to point it out for you?
I have failed my kin. I have learned much in my exile.
Research report. Skull.
Victory awaits!
See? Right there.
My success was inevitable. A trivial task. I have learned much in my exile.
I won't tolerate weakness.
Farseer. I don't think that's how you're supposed to lay on that bed. Caton, my son. You have come. Hold the line. Don't let corruption spread further. I finished the statue, Master. I say, Mother of all life, may your blessing of the children of Syrian from... What are you? Take you so far from home. This reminds me of something wrong. Examine. Twin face. Try to dissect the thorax. Oh. Come back to our world. Became only finance. What do I see? If I have to save. President Carter would have hardly changed anything. It would have most likely been dead. You have been asked for mercy. Grant it. You are right. Everything. Not to leave it like this. Shadow of fear. There's creeping closer.
I will join the ancestors.
All right. Drop a save. Okay, Morag, what a strange feeling. Kalia Mencha Kane, take my heart. Placed on a Grimstone pedestal is an ancient game board similar to one regicide player. Ancient figurines in skillfully fashioned out of onyx and wraithbone. Frozen in elegant poses, which has several of them are toppled in the moment you think see flesh blood running from under the game pieces. Are you alright? Quiet, please stop. Stop torturing my mind. Why not let you come another spirit in the wind, not a million light years. Not for the light of a million stars. Just let me explain myself. is going on. I left Kruderok because that was my path. Is that not what you have been teaching me from birth until the final moments of our lives? I can hear it very well, the mournful lament of brothers and sisters, tortured death instrument. I would prefer not to hear it, but I cannot, as clearly as I hear the melody of your source torment, but you don't dare. There is no need to blame me for what happened to you. One of the Farseers is trapped in the blood. How did you know? A monkey is incapable of hearing the call of the immortal soul of the child of Insurian. How could you... Could it have been a simple guess? Yet you are absolutely right. In their torture, the Dark Ones go far beyond the limits of the possible, for imprisoned within these game pieces, as within this board designed for games that intrigue the mind, is the soul of a Farseer. Why would they imprison a Farseer soul in a board game? Why does the wind blow and the rain fall? Why does the starlight illuminate our path? Isn't their nature? That is the way of the world. Dark Ones feed on despair and suffering, while Farseers are powerful beings of unbending will, whose souls, however, are brittle. Every movement causes the Farseer nothing but pain. She feels everything, sees everything, and is aware of everything. She dies with each taken piece and is resurrected at the end of the game. Put you through mental torment. What did she say? I am a traitor in my path is paved with bodies of my kin, that I am an outcast who carries the blame, the destruction of my home. Hence I heard the call of our dying ancestors, but did not return in time. The pain and suffering is damaged. You could not have saved Kruderok alone. You could have protected my home and met my end alone. Still, as long as I'm trying to Kruderok, the memory will not vanish. Yet I am to reach the end of my path, seed plant long ago. And her suffering. If you destroy an Insurian soul without applying a spirit stone, it will cause her to tear the soul apart. Take the Farseer ship and leave save what is left of her. It's hard to say how much more suffering the soul has yet to endure before she may be devoured. So there's a chance she can be saved. I will not stand in the way.
Too hard for a simple monkey?
Recoil. Ooh, nice. Gloves of rapid and rate of fire. Ooh. That's a good one. I wanted to take those. Oh. Oh, that's just the other side. I'm big dumb. Turns out we're not leaving Kruderok today, because we're running out of time.
What a shameful failure.
Oh, come on. We can win this coin flip.
This Explorator is blessed with multifunctionality.
Okay, we succeeded. Lovely. The younger is floating in the accurate acidic sludge, built-in xenoconcentrated to change your readings or anything. It's alive or at least not quite dead. Want to try to sense storage energy. Inspect the vat. Cruel experiments and mechanisms. I'll press every button until the mechanism opens. That would kill him. Stand back. This calls for good old brute force. Can you hear me? To comply, yes, I am born so I may die. My pain is your delight. You remember who you are and where you came from. Also what happened to Kurtarok, every finger in place. How do you end up in his clutches? Why were you into that? Decide what to do with him. He was aware. He remembered me. He's dead. What kind of curse haunts Kurtarok's children within these walls? Let us go. I refuse to believe there's no one left. Do you understand? We'll find the Farseers.
It's about time.
Christ. This is not a happy place.
Can't hide from me.
My success was inevitable. None are better at searching. A trivial task.
Die, inhuman scum!
Oh, Lord.
Doubt is for the weak. God Emperor, move through me. Be the fire in my heart. As the Emperor commands, this is why I was chosen. This is why I was chosen.
Christ!
Faith without deeds is for you, my Emperor. I'll do it.
Don't distract me. I am not a vessel for pain. I am its master. Behold.
Heal my wounds.
With grace and malice. Watch. It is Hannah. What a useless plaything. Broken already? Don't distract me.
Heal my wounds.
Bring it on. do not fear a perilous path.
Yep. I'm aware of the time. I'm probably gonna get out of here as soon
your
as
intent.
this fight's over.
This tedium is beneath me. If I must. If it serves your cause. I hear you moving. No more. I approach the designated position. I deal death with my hands.
The darkness.
High momentum.
We'll rule the stars themselves. I will do my duty.
Oh, you bastards.
It will be done. Victory is imminent. Gray hair,
Pay
your hair.
for your actions.
None can escape the Emperor's judgment.
You unleash my fury.
My faith shields me.
I answer the call.
High momentum.
Forge ahead! Absolutely not. Not a problem for me. Suits my purposes. Nothing I can't do.
Power resides in the will of the righteous. Doubt is for the weak. I will not.
Bert.
Pay dearly for your actions.
I'll do it. Faith without deeds is worthless. Eradicated.
The ancestors.
High momentum.
I am fear incarnate.
I'll do it. As the Emperor commands, I act. I'll do it. Faith without deeds is worthless. None can escape the Emperor's judgment. I refuse. Rejoice in battle!
Uh-oh. Looks like we're dead. No, we're not. We're back.
Strike is a prayer. As the Emperor commands, I act.
Dearly for your actions.
Doubt is for the weak. But you, my
I'll
Emperor!
return this favor tenfold.
As the Emperor commands, why I was chosen. you, my Emperor!
Favor tenfold.
Huh.
I'll do it. This is why I was chosen.
I love how they're not completely immune to damage. Ah, well. Jesus Christ, I have... And I think we're back. Just a little bit of bullshittery on my end, I apologize.
Educate you on the art of pain.
Let the cycle be discontinued. Running binaric override.
As the Emperor commands, I act. Doubt is for the weak. For you, my Emperor! As the Emperor commands, I act. Faith without deed. I'll do it. This is why I was chosen. None can escape the Emperor's judgment.
Ah, he's over there.
Request approved. The Omniscient knows all, comprehends all.
Behold. Slow and painful is the way. Down with you.
Alrighty. Alright. Just gonna
Too
fuck around.
hard for a simple monkey? My success was inevitable.
Alright. Loot the room. Loot that body. I love how I just had, like, all of those bullets just go into that thing and just, like, it's just eating bullets. Good times. Ooh, web-way resonance device. Assault cloak. Unknown mechanisms.
A trivial task.
Alright. Save the game. Release the dude.
I sense something nearby. Oh, too hard for a simple monkey.
Alrighty. Lower the cage! A monkey and an outcast have found their way into the heart of Dark City to save what little remains. Universe is full of close spies, but in its outcome I managed to foresee. You have foreseen our meeting, but could not avoid being captured. It was a point of prophecies then. I'm glad to pass again, my child. It is great relief for me to know you are alive, and a great joy to see how much of the former spirit and mind you've grown over your years of exile. I think we have a lot to talk about. Make an Aldari greeting gesture with your hands. You've got yourself a most amusing monkey to keep you company. He understands our language and even knows a thing or two about customary greetings. Not that any of that makes him worthy of a companion for you on your path. This is the Elantar who keeps me at his side. Were it not for him, my soul would have long left this body, or else I would have been devoured by a minion of she who thirsts. I would have never learned the truth of what happened to Kruderak. Perhaps we ought to start by entering. Of course, on Tark, one forgets one's goods manner all too easily in the Dark City. Standing before you is Kendall Maresh, who walks the path of the Farseer. He is the all-seeing eye and the timeless sentinel of Kruderak. He was, that is. Either way, a monkey's name is not the kind of thing he would be particularly interested in case you were expecting me to introduce you in turn. You'll forget your name as serenely as he forgets the troubled dream in the morning. Elantar. No, that's not a word I've heard years. There were other Farseers besides you in the Spire. And between the torture, I was able to glance at my kin's desperate minds. I saw every soul being extinguished one by one. I carry their memory in my heart. If I ever get out of here, their names will not be forgotten. Your sons fail you. Many died, but not all. So no savior but you. You could have tried. Yes?
Mom will take you to New Bolt tonight.
Okay. How does it explain yourself, monkey? One of God's names you're doing torture one of my sisters. You are a Farseer. Did what I could to save her, but I could only do so much. You have set me free, and I am grateful for it, but what you are doing is wrong. I can free my sister if you let me. I'm asking you. Lay the wretched soul imprisoned. Let's confess. I have set a little store by your species in the past. Perhaps in regards I was wrong to do so. It is done. Said you would help us find a way home. What did you mean? Those hours I spent in the Monoculus cage were not spent in throes of agony. I listened, observed, I absorbed. As soon as I great old gate, built by our ancestors hidden in the heart of Spire, the web-like gate into the world outside, I can conceal and forge past fashion. I can help you make your path into Dark City and leave this place behind, but you must take me beyond the gate. My mind is still firm, my spirit unbreakable. My body, on the other hand, will soon not get the pains embrace. What was the point of the questions? I can guide you to the gate myself, not before. Pours light in the bottomless Farseer is at your disposal. For his moment would never come. Look at me and tell me what adversity befell our home. As a council member, you cannot also be unaware of the truth. Do not even consider hiding anything from me. Sometimes, right, ignorant is bliss, but I cannot deny you know the truth. Found ourselves amid the stars and the stellar fabric. Having a monkey ship, a ship much too puny to take on us here, so we thought, until the council was struck with the vision for that's come, the kip could be our doom. Not for all occurring, but for all dairy kind among the nearby stars, even those whose paths stretch far beyond the stars. We could not allow them. When the ship approached, we pierced it with 100 salvos, then rejoiced, for among the wreckage, we've no trace of unforeseen curses. Turn. How wrong we were. The ship that returned from their reconnaissance to our starports were already carrying it on their wings. Whether it was a scratch from the passing wreck or an infected ash of the monkey ship, consequently had no time to disperse. Flight crept in our home and immediately began to eat away at the craft world's very flesh. In the infinity circus, the souls of our ancestors battled the spreading pestilence ferociously. Tech blight. But the world was falling apart, and there was no stopping. The spires collapsed, rivers dried up, and the ground itself sank. All living things turned to a strange blend of organic matter and metal. Found for our home till the very end, but when it came clear the critter was bound city, the council decided to gather all who remained, board them on surviving shuttles, and gathered across this galaxy. That was what we did. who steered the infected
I
vessel?
am afraid you already know the answer, Elentark. You just cannot accept it. Your predecessor, she who previously owned this vessel and your entire protectorate. The monkey who kept a piece of my homeworld in her study, like a trifle or trophy of no great significance.
Why is that one line spoken and none of the rest of this is? So is your accursed kind. Being innocent will not bring her home back, is guilty of only helping me reach this place and free you. So disease broke out aboard the ship. You can't be able to destroy my world. So answer the question. For the sake of all those who solved infinity. First we thought monkey were in service of the greatest enemy of our kind, the one who lurks beyond the world's affliction, manifested in the distorted Criteract. No, identity nature of curse. So you can find how many twisted cause found our arcs in the void's cold embrace. Of course, one of the first they seize. Harry massacred hundreds and thousands of their own kind for fleeting pleasures and save farseers. I find that hard to believe. Never in any end took care of what remained when you're concerned. It was close to the monkey ships and Dark One's hunting grounds. That's chosen by the council, and we had charted course among the stars years before. No one had an inkling of terrible fates. No one knew. The path that I've walked has taught me a great deal. To the truth is concealed, and I had to cut off the head of a lying snake. If the Farseer Council failed to foresee the world's doom, then even the children of Syrian have been taught the paths for centuries alike. You're hiding something. Speak now. How dare you take that tone with me? I am not obliged to justify myself, let alone. I've already told us almost everything. Why hold anything back? We've been steering along a curse, prophesied for stars themselves, intelligent, determined, the current cast through the great wound. A storm was coming, threatening to sweep Criteract from his path, so the council decided on a route to safety. Near side of hope in the place known among the monkey as the Cronus Expanse. So by our decision, it came to the point. Prophecies keeping darker and suddenly summering was a grip, and my vote, signed vote in difficult debate, for I believed that the prophecy had been promised could not have been a lie. You know what happened next. So we were doomed. Not blamed for demise. So burning fate is beyond power. Farseers, it was not their power. They liked her prosperity for years. Try to change your people's future. Both guilty. Come with me. Perhaps you may even find a new home. Accept your proposal. Alright, and with that, we need to get out of here, make room for Stryker. So, thank you everyone. Hopefully on Wednesday, it won't take too long to get out of here. And then we will finally see what Lex Imperialis is all about. Thank you once again for Owlcat for noticing us and giving us a key. We appreciate that. Thank you so much. Goodbye, everybody. Stay cool, stay safe, be nice to each other. And in this world of madness, that's all we can do. Be good to yourselves, be good to each other. Hail Cargonia.
Hold on. Land of stolen things, obey the quartermaster, unless he's a ling. Miners don't die today. Cargo techs push freight. Our enemies in
get back to work.